A doctor said, "This boy is a doctor." Interestingly, 40 years on, his mom has never called him by his real name. She still calls him doctor to this day because of the circumstances that surrounded his birth. Amongst other things, Nath was born in a dark room at the newly commissioned Aghraghra General Hospital in Lagos because of an electrical malfunction that led to a sudden blackout, and there were no flashlights or any other temporary source of illumination available to the medical team. And yet the infant, Nath, popped out so quickly as if he needed no doctor. So the doctor on duty, out of excitement, called the newborn baby boy a doctor, his mom narrated. Whereas as he grew, his mom told him the story, and that made the little Nath so determined to become a medical doctor. But now, according to him, he feels that the absence of light at his birthplace was the first clue God gave as to who he should become. As at today, he believes he was born in darkness because he is sent to be a beacon of light to regeneration. So, the very assignment of his life today is a testament that symbolic events can be instrumental in pointing us to our purpose in life. Apostle Nathaniel Aghraghra was born in December 17, 1984 in Lagos State, Nigeria, into the family of Mr. Victor Aghraghra, a businessman, and Mrs. Regina Fani, an educator. As the fourth of 7 children, Nath grew up in a modest, working-class home where discipline, faith, and education were the cornerstones of their upbringing. His parents instilled in them the values of hard work, integrity, and most importantly, a deep reverence for the Christian faith. Nath excelled academically and was also a famous Sunday school boy because of his knowledge of scriptures and passion for God in the then little town of Aghraghra, where he had his primary and secondary education. His love for books and learning from a tender age afforded him the privilege of being the library prefect in both primary and secondary school, roles that allowed him to cultivate a sense of responsibility and leadership. It is noteworthy that at different points between post-secondary school and the completion of his undergraduate studies, Nath served as classroom teacher in both the primary school and the secondary school over a period of 18 months. During his time at Lagos State University, where he pursued a bachelor's degree in management technology, project option, he was not only committed to academic success, but was also actively involved in extracurricular activities. He participated in student politics, sports, and served as master of ceremony at social events whilst maintaining an excellent academic performance. As a leader in campus fellowships, he was able to combine his love for God with his academic pursuits, learning to lead with both vision and humility. He won several awards, including Most Articulate Speaker, Best Project Management Student, and Most Outstanding Student in the Faculty of Management Sciences, amongst other recognitions which featured him on the front page of a school magazine. Nath's venture into student politics was not without challenges. His involvement in politics at a point saw him to winning an election to the highest office as president of his constituency, and this brought him face to face with the harsh realities of campus cultism because of his refusal to join any confraternity, standing firm as an authentic believer in Christ. This led to threats and blackmails, experiences that would later shape his advocacy work as he became passionate about helping young people break free from the grip of cultism and other destructive vices. After he completed his undergraduate studies, he moved on to the compulsory National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) in Niger State. It was during this year that he met Stephanie, another corps member. Stephanie had graduated with first-class honors in architecture from the University of Lagos, and their shared values and vision quickly drew them together. Their relationship blossomed during their time in the NYSC, and they got married on October 20, 2012. Their union has been a powerful partnership, with Stephanie being both a source of personal support and a key collaborator in their professional and ministry endeavors.
Nath's professional journey started off at Kose Group, where he had a stint work experience as an intern in advertising and marketing communication as a Year 4 undergraduate on CWES. After his national service year, he got employed as an assistant project manager at Resource Engineering Amalgam Limited in Lagos, where he gained valuable site supervision skills and experience in contract processes. This role laid the foundation for his deep understanding of project management and leadership. Afterward, he moved to the Terracotta Legal Associates, an oil and gas law consulting firm, where he served as an executive assistant to the CEO. In this role, he acted as a linchpin for organizational efficiency, managing a wide range of responsibilities that contributed to seamless internal operations. In May 2012, he took a significant step by registering a consulting firm, Adino Consulting Limited, alongside Stephanie. The firm, specializing in business strategy, architecture, and corporate training, was born out of a desire to help businesses achieve operational excellence and sustainable growth. Nath was the managing partner responsible for running the organization. He, however, had the opportunity of working with other independent firms whilst Adino was in her formative years. He worked as a project manager at Sickle Cell Advocacy and Management Initiatives in 2013, later as Director of Training Services at Transmodel Consulting in 2015, Facility Manager at DFM in 2017, Administrative Secretary for Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, PFN, Lagos State Chapter in 2019, Training Consultant at Faith Foundation, Lecturer at Nation to Nation Christian University, USA, 2022, and so on. Driven by his passion for excellence, at various points in his career, he enrolled for some professional courses and certifications to include, but not limited to, high specialization course in international business at Rome Business School, Rome, Italy. Certificate in Oxy Transformational Leadership at Institute for National Transformation. Project Management Professional Training at Astute Trainers and Consultants. Amongst others, DNA is a member of the Institute of Strategic Management, Nigeria, ISMN. Nath's personal life is deeply intertwined with his ministry journey. At 27, he got married to Stephanie on October 20th, 2012, and together they have 3 children, namely Awesome Imamuzo, Honor Oganedo, and Temple Elo Ogene. Nath's reflection on being a husband and father, especially as a person in ministry, are filled with candor. He believes family comes first, before ministry and business, so he initiated a 5-year bonding plan with his bride after marriage, which made him spend the first 5 years alone with his wife and children, whilst turning down juicy offers that would truncate what he called the 5 sacred years to lay a solid foundation for the family's future. According to him, the sacrifices of those years has paid off 1,000,000 times over, because today he has a well-knitted family and his wife is his best friend and first partner in all his endeavors. Nath shares the challenges of being a working father, the strain of balancing his family life with the responsibilities of his wife's singing ministry, architectural career, and the ways in which their children's upbringing was a priority for both him and Stephanie. Raising their children in ministry while shielding them from the eyes as much as possible was a constant challenge. Nath discusses how he and Stephanie worked together to instill strong values in Awesome and his sisters, focusing on their well-being, faith, education, and the preservation of their childhood despite their extraordinary circumstances, which included being raised in a home where people gathered regularly for fellowship in their living room.
Faith has been an essential part of Nath's life. Raised as a minister's kid in Transformed Christian Assembly, Aghraghra, Nath found strength and purpose through his faith, which guided him through both personal and public challenges. His reflections on faith provide insight into his moral compass and the grounding force that allowed him to navigate the intense scrutiny of public life. Nath got born again as a little boy and began to have encounters as a teenager before he was baptized at age 14 on April 11, 1998. In 2002, at the age of 18, he was appointed as a pastor for all the new intakes that were on his campus, and so he began his active preaching work to a congregation comprising hundreds of his level mates as a freshman on campus, and this was very revolutionary for him, as this spiraled to his home church, where he was given several preaching engagements, which he discharged excellently, with clear evidences of God's anointing manifested and the gifts of the Spirit. He was then trained on the job and was ordained by his father, Reverend V.U. Aghraghra, on Sunday, November 14, 2007, as a pastor and sent to pioneer a parish, even though he was a year 3 student in the university. He traveled several hours every weekend to minister at his home church before returning to campus. He did this until he graduated, and by God's grace, the parish he pioneered still stands till this day, almost 2 decades on. As time went on, he started getting guest preaching engagements at neighborhood churches, and his preaching abilities became second nature. He was later called by God into the office of an apostle with an unplanned consecration on November 14, 2014, but never agreed to be called an apostle until the year 2020, when he survived a near-death experience and the Lord summoned him to an apostolic assignment as a global youth revivalist.
The declaration below summarizes a series of deep encounters with God over the past decade and a half from 2009. Amongst many divine dealings, 3 critical commissioning encounters that set forth Apostle Dr. Nath's ministry happened on July 10, 2009 at 3:58 a.m., August 13, 2013 at 11:59 a.m. and March 18, 2020 at 1:14 a.m. The mandate, in essence, entails pioneering a church to the churches with a global transformation agenda. said to me, all over Africa and the world, a generation is dying for the lack of access to my fullness caused by a poor alignment with their unique purpose and visions in line with my universal kingdom agenda. I have a dream for every soul, and my ultimate desire is for all to manifest my perfect plan. I am sending you as a strategic envoy to rescue my heritage by building institutions and platforms that whisper genuine encounters and simplify true kingdom greatness. My message on your lips is: every man is a word from God, and God has a word for every man. Wherever you go in response to my call, that territory will be marked as a major revival destination for the liberation and empowerment of those that respond to the clarion call, and my blessings will always abound. Let the work begin. On August 16, 2013, at the age of 28, Nath and his wife, Stephanie, established the King's Forge International in their living room with only 8 members and their 1-month-old son. Nath and Stephanie worked simultaneously at different organizations to keep the ministry afloat. Today, Apostle Dr. Nath Aghraghra is a force for change, a strategic visionary, and life purpose coach, driving a global purpose revolution amongst youths in the kingdom and in the marketplace. As a global gospel revivalist, gifted conference speaker, and author, he empowers people with the practical knowledge, passion, and power to fulfill their God-given and God-ordained destiny. His apostolic ministry is marked by the Holy Spirit with a notable unction for miracles and the prophetic, resulting in major healing miracles and supernatural liftings within his ministry across boards. In order to further equip himself for the global assignment, Nath later badged a Master of Arts in Religious Leadership and Management from the University of Leadership, Texas, USA, and a PhD in Theology from Present Truth Bible Seminary in 2022. He had earlier undergone a program that earned him a status as a certified leadership chaplain brigadier general at the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association, USA. It was after his emergence as Doctor of Philosophy in 2022 that his listeners fondly began to address him using the acronym DNA, which stands for Dr. Nath Aghraghra. Apostle DNA is currently pioneering RISE, Rabjan International School of Excellence, a specialized world-class educational institution dedicated to empowering visionary leaders. RISE is a citadel and premier research institution of vision, purpose, leadership, social impact, spirituality, and life management, introducing a unique approach to education in Africa.
Nath's role as an itinerant preacher and transformational coach ushered him into being a public figure, but it also sparked a personal evolution. He entered the ministry and coaching industry as a person who just wants to help young people find direction, but before long attained an admirable status with a distinct identity as a sought-after apostolic trailblazer and a transformational thought leader on purpose and life management. In the course of his itinerant work, DNA has become a symbolic figure as an outspoken youth advocate for several critical causes. His youth advocacy work focuses on education, providing more opportunities for higher education, employment, health, especially mental health issues, socioeconomic well-being, and spiritual well-being, among other issues. His initiative, STYLE, Save the Youth Leadership Empowerment Initiative, developed a program that equips young individuals with in-demand skills, fosters innovation, and promotes entrepreneurship, empowering the next generation to thrive in a competitive landscape. At STYLE, we organize quarterly camp meetings to do a holistic life assessment and vision alignment for teens, youths, and young adults. The Creative Chamber (TCC) is another initiative by Apostle DNA geared towards addressing unemployment, poverty, and youth restiveness in Nigeria through providing digital skills training, an innovation hub, entrepreneurship support services, and community engagement events to encourage young people, especially those from underprivileged communities, to pursue higher education and career success. The UPEX program. UPEX stands for Ultimate Purpose Experience. It is an empowerment program designed to inspire, engage, and guide participants to discover and embrace their God-given life purpose early, while fostering innovation, creativity, and community. The program is structured to offer transformative experiences through mentorship and a wide range of activities that encourage participants to engage in self-reflection, idea sharing, and community building towards solving societal challenges. UPEX seeks to foster a supportive environment where participants can explore their unique talents, strengths, and aspirations, helping them build a strong sense of purpose that extends to their personal, professional, and spiritual lives. COAL, College of Apostolic Leaders, to equip the upcoming generation of leaders called into the fivefold ministry offices. In 2024, he launched another initiative called ACTS, Affecting Communities Through Service, to save, equip, and send change makers into the community to drive diverse, service-oriented programs that transform lives. In addition to these courses, Nath supports his wife, Stephanie, as a volunteer to raise awareness as well as offer free counseling and spiritual intervention to resolve the challenges faced by young families, advocating for them through Rescued to Rescue Women initiatives, a program designed to support women and their families. DNA sits on the boards of a few NGOs and in major organizations in various portfolios, to include Lagos State Deputy Director of Strategy, Research and Planning, RMC Nigeria, Lagos State Director of Youth, Education and Training, Youth Wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria, International Training Facilitator at refugee camps, Life Coach at the Counselors, awarded panelist at 2024 UN's World's Tolerance Day, Lagos State edition. He is also the founder of Rapgen Discovery Center, dedicated to raising value-driven youths as agents of transformation globally. This initiative has positively impacted over 5,000 young people across Lagos, Ogun, Kogi, Abuja, Oyo, Delta, Osun, and some African nations, including the Republic of Benin, Togo, Ghana, and Uganda. DNA's approach to leadership is grounded in service and authenticity. He believes that true leadership is about listening, understanding, and empowering others. Throughout this interview, He reflects on his journey and how his experiences have shaped his philosophy on position and power. Rather than focusing on personal ambition, DNA emphasizes the importance of using one's position to make a meaningful impact on the next generation for the greater good of society. His leadership is characterized by empathy, integrity, and a deep commitment to improving the lives of others. His life's mission statement is modeling greatness through service.
In The Adventures of DNA, Nath reflects on what he hopes his legacy will be, one of authenticity, empowerment, and the belief that every individual has the capacity to make a difference in their own way. He is particularly focused on empowering the next generation of African leaders, especially people of color, to find their voices and pursue their dreams. His memoir concludes by reminding readers that the adventure of DNA is not a one-time event, but a continuous process of growth and self-discovery. Nath's journey from being a young boy in Ekpe to one of the fastest rising conference speakers in the world of youth revival and life management is a powerful example of resilience, determination, and the pursuit of purpose. Through the adventures of DNA, Dr. Nath Aghraghra has not only shared his personal story, but has also provided a roadmap for others to navigate their own paths to fulfillment and leadership. His life serves as an inspiration for those striving to make a difference in their communities and the world. DNA is the author of over 40 titles, including
Don't Take It Easy, Scared But Never Quitting, and Mastering the Discipline of Saying No,
and The Ultimate Discovery of Purpose. DNA's life philosophy is summarized in one of his foremost quotes.
Every man is a king in his own kingdom, but until you discover your kingdom, you will never reign.
Apostle Dr. Nath Aghraghra.